Coming up tonight on Primetime Local News. We have an update on the Lakeland Wrestlers men's volleyball team. And we learn what donations the Olive Tree are looking for in the new year. Plus, our weekly edition of What's Happening.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Lloydminster Council is continuing with their efforts to make Lloydminster a safer place to live. Discussed at Council this week was the Emergency Management Bylaw, which governs how the city is to react and prepare for hazard onsets or natural disasters.
So let's say there was something that happened at the refinery or something that happened at the ADM plant, and it was causing an environmental hazard or a hazard to the community, that we could gather the people together to make an emergency response team and have a plan in place to make sure that the community and the people in the city of Lloydminster are safe.
This bylaw is hand in hand with the fourth quarter governance document review, showing to Council what needs to be prioritized.
There's I'd like to have deadline, and then there's the reality that things don't always get done on a deadline, so they can be extended. Just keeping the council up to date as to where these policies are and when they're anticipated to be done.
The emergency management bylaw will return to council shortly for an official vote. The Olive Tree in Lloydminster had an excellent 2024 and are looking for all sorts of donations in 2025. The organization had many donations over the course of the year. They're tremendously excited for 2025.
Yeah, 2024 was an amazing year. We were actually able to distribute over $1 million worth of food. We served over 18,000 meals, and then we also distributed over 8,000 food hampers within our community.
The most popular item last year that was donated was craft dinner. The Olive Tree will accept all sorts of donations, but there are certain items they are looking for.
Some things that we need for 2025 is obviously more food donations. We have a lot of things that obviously fly off our shelves all the time when distributing food. So we need cereal, peanut butter and jam, meals in a can for just a quick, simple item for whether it's a teen or a child or a senior. A lot of things like that, canned meat, canned vegetables, canned fruit. So that's a big one. And of course, operations are always, the cost of that is always high. So if you'd like to give monetary donations, that's always amazing. And then if you want to volunteer time, we'd love to have you.
We have just recently passed the halfway point of the month of January, and Lloydminster is loaded up with events to keep you entertained. Heather Klegus has more in this week's edition of What's Happening.
The Lloydminster Region Health Foundation hopes you can join them tomorrow for an inspiring event. Navigating the Storm, a journey of hope and healing. It's going to feature keynote speaker Christina Kuzmic. She is an author. She's written a couple of different books, and she shares her very personal story of supporting her teenage son through an unexpected and challenging mental health journey. She's going to share that story of healing and hope with you coming up tomorrow. Also a part of this event is Terrence Crosschild. He's going to be speaking before Christina takes to the stage. He's an Indigenous role model and mental health speaker. This event is taking place at the Gold Horse Casino tomorrow afternoon at 2, and there's an evening show as well. For all the details and to get a ticket now, head online to lrhf.ca. Many great events take place right here at the Lloydex, and this weekend in the WLS Convention Center, that's where you're going to find the Lloydminster Gun and Outdoor Sportsman Show. This show is put on by the Lloydminster and District Fish and Game Association, and they're going to have over 230 exhibitor tables, and it's going to feature a wide range of items. There's going to be game calls, taxidermy, knives, archery, fishing, hunting supplies, clothing, boots, and more. $10 to get in. Kids 12 and under, they get in for free. If you're headed out to the show, tomorrow it runs from 10 until 5, and Sunday it's on from 10 until 3. Comedy Night at the Lloyd X is coming up next week. It's taking place on Thursday, January the 23rd. Don't wait. Get your ticket now to enjoy a night of laughter that you won't forget. Brett Forte will be entertaining, and he won Top Comic Awards in 2018 and in 2019. He's headlined a sold-out comedy tour right across Canada, and his next stop is right here in Lloydminster at the Lloyd X coming up on Thursday night. For all the details and to get your ticket now, head online, lloydex.com. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
I'm now joined here with our Lane Hofford. So Lane, the weather kind of just changed this week. Like we were hitting -3s and now it's like really cold out.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of that weather pendulum that we've kind of been seeing throughout the winter. It continues. You know, we get a batch of warm days and then a batch of cold days. And going into this weekend, it's definitely the latter there. Definitely those cold days. Right now in Lloydminster, -15. You know, we got a lot of that wind yesterday. It's not quite as windy today, but you know, still a bit of a breeze out there. -15 with that wind chill making it feel closer to -22 and a cloudier day out in Lloydminster. Definitely, if you are going out for a drive, you know, you're going somewhere for the weekend, you probably, you know, you want to check those highway hotlines and everything. Just make sure that the roads are safe because a lot of snow blew around yesterday on those roads. And it's a little bit cooler out. You can see the temperatures are about the same everywhere. Cold Lake, Bonnyville, Lac La Biche, all -15, as well as Marwayne there. St. Paul and Vegreville -12, Edmonton -8, Vermilion -13, as well as Provost and Wainwright -14. Over in Saskatchewan, about the same. Isle of Cross a little bit cooler at -20, but Green Lake and St. Walburg and North Battleford are all at -17. Meadow Lake at -18. Pierceland is at -15, Maidstone -16, and Macklin is at -14. Tonight in North Battleford, it's going to get down to -28. So that's it's approaching those -30s with that wind chill there, that 15-kilometer-an-hour wind. We probably will feel somewhere in those -30s. Very cold night, a cloudy evening, and then partly cloudy later on into the night. Tomorrow in North Battleford, it's only going to warm up to about -24, so a very cold day, but it will be sunny. That's kind of a funny contrast there. Cold yet sunny with that wind still blowing at about the same there, 13 kilometers an hour. Now tonight in Cold Lake, it's going to be another very cold night in Cold Lake at -29 with that wind at about the same as it is in North Battleford. So again, it will probably feel, you know, somewhere in those mid -30s there, but it will be a clear night. Clear skies in Cold Lake, but very cold. Now tomorrow in Cold Lake, -23, very cold with plenty of sunshine. That wind will die down ever so slightly. Now taking a look at tonight's forecast in Lloydminster, -28 tonight, those clouds breaking, very cold, and that wind a little bit stronger than it is in other areas at 19 kilometers an hour. Now taking a look at tomorrow's forecast at 6 a.m., mostly clear and -26. Noon, it's only going to warm up to -25. It will be a sunny day. And then at 6 p.m., it'll be clear and -27. And at midnight, mostly clear, so getting a few more clouds and cooling off 1 degree there to -28. Less windy than it was yesterday, but still quite a cold day tomorrow. Now sunny but very cold, that high -23. Sunday will be another sunny and very cold day with that high only being -24. Then it's going to warm up a little bit on Monday. Sunny and breezy, not as cold, -15 is the high. That is your first look at the evening weather. We'll be back with more news after the break.
The Lakeland Rustlers men's volleyball team is back in action after a quick Christmas break and will be playing the Concordia Thunder tonight. Our Thomas Wildman has a mid-season update.
The men's volleyball team had a great break, getting to spend some time as a team in Mexico. I think it was great. Brought us closer as a group, just being able to get away from the cold for a bit, practice a couple hours a day, and then just hang out the whole time. It was awesome, yeah. And then going with the women's team too is just great. We're a really good group together, I think, so yeah, it's awesome.
The team is back to business as usual at practice now and hope to continue their success from first semester when they went 7-2.
The league's too good to take anybody for granted. Regardless of where they're at in the standings right now, we just gotta continue to work on our side. Get a little bit of more of the Christmas rust off, and just make sure that we're, kind of right where we were when we left off in the first semester. And so far, it's looked really good.
The team currently sits in a playoff spot, which will set themselves up well for the ACAC Championships that will be hosted in their home gym.
Yeah, no, we're really excited for provincials. I think this might be the best shot we got to make it to nationals.
The guys are super excited to get to play at home in front of our crowd, which for sure is the best crowd in the conference, at home for conference championships. We couldn't be more excited to be able to do that for the first time in our program's history.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, Local News.
If you're looking for date night ideas for Valentine's Day, Rolling Greens is hosting a Tales of Love Gala in support of Pets Purpose Animal Shelter Society. Abby St. John has more on how you can celebrate the Day of Love while also giving back.
If you're still in need of date night ideas for Valentine's Day that's coming up in a month, look no further because Rolling Greens Fairway, in support of Pets Purpose Animal Shelter Society, is holding a Tales of Love Gala on February 14th. And I'm joined here today by Nicole Terrio, the events coordinator for Pets Purpose. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Now, like I said, this is a Tales of Love Gala, perfect for Valentine's Day, and it is also a fundraiser for Pets Purpose. So tell me a little bit about this gala and what people can expect.
Yeah, so it's Tales of Love. It's actually going to be Lady and the Tramp theme. So it will be out at Rolling Greens. They're the ones hosting it, and we're so thankful that they're doing this for us. I mean, it means the world to us. So yeah, it is February 14th, and it starts at 6 o'clock. And then so we'll do cocktails. Then it's going to be followed by a Italian themed dinner with our theme Lady and the Tramp. And then from 8:30, we'll kind of do a presentation. We're going to have silent auction items, as well as a 50-50, and then followed by a dance where we have a band, and it is at 9:30 there.
That sounds like a fun-filled event and gala for you guys. And like I said, a great way to celebrate Valentine's Day, great date idea, and just a fun way to raise money for Pets Purpose, as well as you guys do rely on those donations and everything. So with the gala, how can people buy tickets, or how does the tickets work? Do they need to buy a table, or can they buy just single seats? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we have a couple different options. So you can either buy a ticket, 1 ticket, 2 ticket, 3 ticket, or you can actually buy a table. So I do have prices here. So if you're a member, you get a little bit of a discount here. So if you're a member, it's $70 a ticket, or you can do a table of 8 for $525. Or if you're a non-member, it is $80 per ticket or $600 for a table of 8. And you can get your tickets through Rolling Greens. Just go right to their website, and they've got a link that you can purchase your tickets right online, or head down there.
Yeah. Wonderful. And now we were talking a little bit earlier, there is opportunity for businesses to sponsor the event as well. You guys already have a few top sponsors. So tell me a little bit about, if businesses are interested in getting a table, how do they go about becoming one of the sponsors for this gala?
Yeah, so we are looking for sponsors. We do have our title sponsor already. So our oil field purchased our title sponsorship. So that's very nice of them. Thank you. As well as Todd's Automotive has already purchased it. But yeah, we've got different ones. We've got ones for entertainment, one's for a shuttle, because we will have a shuttle to take you out to Rolling Greens as well as bring you back into Lloydminster. So yeah, there's different ones. And when you buy a sponsorship, you also get a table of 8. So this includes your meal as well with it, as well as a couple bottles of wine. So, and I feel like you probably have the better seats. Yeah, so if anybody wants to be a sponsor, we're still looking for, I believe, 3 more sponsors. You can just go on to Rolling Greens on Facebook there. It's right on their page, and it has the contact information. You just contact Rolling Greens, and they'll get you all set up, as well as we can get you a tax receipt for that.
Wonderful. Now, kind of going off of you mentioning the shuttle portion of it, that's amazing. And for people who obviously we want everybody to be safe when they're going to this event
Absolutely.
with alcohol involved. So, how is the shuttle going to work for those who are interested in purchasing but may not know because of the, you know, the transportation part of it?
Yeah, so I mean, Rolling Green's a little bit out of town, so it's just kind of nice to have something. So I feel I don't have all the details yet, but I believe we'll have a meeting spot in Lloydminster and then just have a shuttle coming back and forth probably maybe every hour kind of thing, just so then if people don't all want to leave at the same time, some people might not want to stay for the dance at the end, they can leave earlier. So yeah, it's just a safe way, so then that way, you can have a few drinks and you don't have to worry about your ride home.
Yes, it's definitely a great addition to an event like this, especially when it is kind of outside of the city, a little further away than a normal, whether like if it's at the X or something like that.
Absolutely.
This event sounds like it's going to be fantastic, and it is coming up next month, so people still have time to decide if they would like to purchase tickets or not. But if you still want to support Pets Purpose, there is an opportunity to do that tomorrow. You guys are holding an adoption event at Pet Value from 10 to 2. So tell me a little bit about what people should know about this adoption event and what they or how they can take part in it.
Yeah, so tomorrow we will be at Pet Value from 10 to 2 with quite a few puppies. I'm not sure on the official count, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had up to 10 puppies. Currently, right now, we have 28 puppies in our care and all kinds of different puppies. We've got Husky Shepherd mixes, Great Dane Labradoodles, and as well as Pyrenees Mastiffs. So, I mean, there's kind of something for everyone, right? As well as we have recently taken in a litter of Chihuahuas. They won't be there tomorrow yet as they're not ready. But if you are coming to the Tales of Gala, we're hoping to have some of the Chihuahuas there. We're going to have a kissing photo booth and all that. So there's kind of a puppy for everybody, as well as we do have 7 adult dogs in care too. So some of them may be there as well.
Wonderful. And this is definitely the perfect event to try to get some of those dogs adopted out because you guys have so many in your care. It is definitely imperative to get those puppies their forever homes. And of course, who doesn't love seeing cute, adorable puppies on a Saturday? Great way to spend your morning. Definitely a great way. I would love to spend my morning like that. So thank you again for joining me, and I wish you the best of luck for both the adoption event tomorrow and the Tales of Love Gala. I'm sure we'll talk again leading up to it closer to. So thank you for joining me, and like I said, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
The Sask SPCA has launched their There to Care 50/50. Arlene Hofford found out where the money raised is going.
I'm joined here today with Josh Hoory from the Sask SPCA, who's here to tell me about the There to Care 50/50 that they're putting on. So Josh, why don't you just kind of tell me a little bit about this 50/50?
Sure. So this new initiative that we just launched, it is a fundraiser to help us raise the $2.1 million that we need to build the Emergency Animal Care Center. We launched the There to Care Capital campaign last September, and now the There to Care 50/50 is just the next stage of that fundraising campaign and that fundraising drive. And we're really hoping it will push us closer to that $2.1 million goal.
And you mentioned that the money raised in this 50/50 is going to go towards this new Animal Crisis Center that you guys are working on. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what that's going to be doing?
Yeah, so it is a facility that's going to be unique to Saskatchewan, quite possibly even Canada. We have not found a facility that serves in the same capacity as the Emergency Animal Care Center will. So this facility will be built centrally in Saskatchewan. It will be open to all residents of our province, and it will care for animals in 3 distinct areas. The first area being what we're calling animal safekeeping. So that is a situation where maybe an individual is escaping a domestic violence situation, or maybe it's somebody who is facing an unexpected hospital visit and they need somebody to care for their animals on a temporary basis, we will be able to step in and provide that service. Even folks who are, maybe experiencing homelessness and need a temporary place for their pets, we will be able again to step in and help out in that capacity. The other area where we'll have some opportunities to serve the community is in the area of animal cruelty investigations. We will work with law enforcement agencies in the province to care for animals that have been seized or surrendered during cruelty investigations. And then the third phase will be what we're calling emergency care. And emergency care will be those situations that involve natural disasters where people are maybe being evacuated. Could be fires, could be floods, and there are animals that need temporary care. Again, we will just be one piece of an overall response plan to help address that problem should those disasters arise.
So the winner of this 50-50 is going to take home $150,000, and that's the biggest prize amount that the Sask SPCA has had in any of their 50-50s. Why don't you just tell me about that big prize amount?
For sure. So yes, you are correct. If we sell out all 300,000 tickets, the pot will be $150,000 that the winner takes home. Again, the whole pot would be $300,000 in total. And we're really hoping to make a phone call to some one lucky person in Saskatchewan on March 17th to say, hey, congrats, you're the lucky winner. You can buy your tickets online. Just visit saskspca.ca/lottery. And ticket prices start at $20, and then there's a variety of packages available, including the 200 tickets for $200, which is the best value.
All right, and when is the deadline to get your tickets for the 50-50?
The deadline is 4 p.m. on March 16th to buy your tickets, and then the draw date is the very next day, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
What are some other ways that people can help support the Sask SPCA in their building this new Animal Crisis Center?
Yeah, absolutely. If you would rather just make a donation to the There to Care Capital campaign, you're able to do just that. You can visit the campaign website that includes a variety of information around the Emergency Animal Care Center and the campaign itself. And that website is caringforpets.ca. Again, there's a resource, a vast amount of resources there around the facility, but that's also where you can go and make a charitable donation. And of course, if you do so by the end of February, which is when the charitable deadline has been extended to, you're eligible for a tax receipt for any donations made to the There to Care Capital campaign as well.
Is there anything else about the Sask SPCA, like events or anything, that you'd like to share with us?
Absolutely. We are a unique organization in the world of animal welfare. When a lot of people hear SPCA, they often think of, an organization who has an adoption program for animals. But here at the Sask SPCA, our focus is slightly different. We focus more on kind of the situation around, like I said, the domestic violence and animal abuse. We offer a pet food bank to several communities in the province. And that's just kind of a small snippet of the activities that we carry out. And so if anybody wants to learn more about the Saskatchewan SPCA and the work that we do, I invite you to visit our website, saskspca.ca. And you can find us on social media as well. We are at Sask SPCA on most platforms, and Facebook, you can search for Saskatchewan SPCA and you'll find us there too.
All right, and those are all the questions I have today. Thanks a lot for joining me, Josh.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And we appreciate the opportunity to speak to your listeners. So thank you for that.
Coming up after the break, we will have an extended look at the weather.
Welcome back. We're going to take one final look at your evening weather here. Right now in Lloydminster, it's -16. That wind at about 11 kilometers an hour, making it feel closer to -23. A little bit of a cloudier day outside, but still that sun is poking through here. Now taking a look, you can see around the region, it's about the same temperatures. Cold Lake -16, Athabasca -13, Red Deer -10, Whitecourt, Edmonton, and Rocky Mountain House all at -9, and Edson and Jasper are -8. Little bit cooler overall in Saskatchewan. Meadow Lake and Melfort at -18, Prince Albert at -16, North Battleford -17, and Saskatoon is at -15. Moving up north, quite cold in Uranium City and Stony Rapids at -29. Wollaston Lake not far behind at -27. South End Reindeer at -25, and La Loche, Buffalo Narrows, and Flin Flon are all sitting at -22. Now looking over in northern Alberta, Fort Chipewyan is at -24, Fort McMurray at -21, High Level -19, Peace River -17, Grand Prairie -11, and Slave Lake -13. Down south in Alberta, a little bit warmer. Calgary and Lethbridge at -9, Banff at -8, Coronation at -13, and Medicine Hat at -10. Now over in southern Saskatchewan, Kindersley and Estevan are at -14, Swift Current and Moose Jaw at -15, Regina at -16, and Yorkton at -17. Tonight, North Battleford, it's going to get down to -28, a very cold night and cloudy, partly later on in the evening there with those 15-kilometer-an-hour winds. So a cold, breezy night in North Battleford, and the same can be said for Cold Lake. Clear and very cold, -29. So not quite as cloudy in Cold Lake, but definitely just as cold and breezy. Now tonight in Lloydminster, -28, slightly windier there at 19 kilometers an hour. Those clouds breaking and very cold. Now let's take a look at your travel forecast. You can see cool nights all over the region. Meadow Lake -30, Bonnyville -29, Provost -26, Isle Cross -31, and Paradise Hill -29, just like Bonnyville. Murnum is -28 tonight, Pierceland -29, Unity -26, Wainwright -27, and Calgary is a little bit warmer at -19. Now taking a look at the 7-day forecast, you can see we have a cool weekend ahead. Tomorrow sunny, very cold with that high at -23, and Sunday sunny and very cold once again with that high at -24. But after Monday, Monday is going to warm up a little bit. After Monday, it is going to be a nice, moderately warm week ahead. It'll be similar to what we saw last week and earlier this week, with just those nice temperatures, especially for January. Like I've said earlier in the show and in some other shows, it's the weather swung back and forth quite a lot this winter.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like we're kind of starting the weekend off really, really bad, really cold, but down on Tuesday we'll kind of have some light at the end of the tunnel for sure.
That's right, just a cold break and then into a warm week ahead.
Awesome. Well, hopefully that warm weather continues, but that is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thank you for watching and have a great night.